Hello everyone, Jesse Webb, Traders Pro. Market conditions mildly bearish, still in a bull market, still sitting right at that mildly bearish, but getting a decent reversal bar yesterday. Momentum still continuing to hold right at these levels. We're dropping though down into this range that we'll have to watch to see how today closes out. A possibility that we could break down some resistance areas, and we'll want to be keeping an eye on that for a reversal here. We'll just jump right into that chart pattern here. And buy-sell ratio, still looking at that, switched back up to that bearish side of things. But that sentiment number now, we're sitting again right here. We've talked about this, warming up to this for the last couple of days. Are we going to bounce here and continue higher, or are we going to reverse and head and create more downside in this overall trend? We've got SPY, which is had a pretty nasty reversal day yesterday. We had that CPI number, which was a positive number overall for the perspective of inflation slowing, which means the Fed could potentially be pausing their interest rate hikes or continuing or potentially looking to pause and then lower rates. But we've got the support area right here that has it's got to hold. If it doesn't hold, next stop is more than likely going to be this range down here. If that happens, we're close enough that that could tick that over into that downtrend range. That's bearish trend, and it's a sell range, but essentially that what all that means is it's just a downtrend, and there's additional risk in that overall pattern. It doesn't mean that the bull market is over, but it means that we're certainly retracing and starting to lose trends. Okay, we're starting to break down trend lines, and support areas are starting to fail, and those are areas that we want to be a lot more on the sideline. So even though we're going through and we're looking at new buy stocks, the market conditions are not set up for a lot of these to work. So that the market condition portion of this update is about allocation, and it's about should we be adding new positions? Should we be aggressively dipping our toes in the water? I guess that's that doesn't make any sense. That's not an aggressive move to dip our toe in the water, but we certainly want to be. These are not the areas to be loading up on stocks at this point quite yet. We need some confirmation. So let's take a look at indices. I did notice Dow. This Dow number went from 9 back up to 12. So we've had a couple of that have bumped back up. Disney was one of them that had a nice reversal, pulling off the bottom right there. And let's take a look to see. Chevron was the other. Chevron is one that will probably continue to perform just because oil prices are still moving higher. And I'm not sure what was that last one that notched in there, but this current buy list on Dow, that's kind of your leaders right here, at least within the Dow: Caterpillar, Boeing, ExxonMobil, Walmart, and Cisco. Some of the new buy muscle stocks, we've got Transocean, oil and gas stock. Not a real solid confirmation bar just because it's got that topping tail bar. It opened, it rallied, it reversed back down. So it's kind of stuck in this tight range right here, and it's had a decent run up. So again, take these depending on your portfolio position and risk tolerance, and determine whether or not some of these are positions to consider adding into. Gap higher there on a utility stock, which is interesting. Probably an earnings report there, and ARES also looking for some confirmation to head to the upside. EVER next in the list, which a lot of these are still just stuck in these counter trend moves as the market's been consolidating. So we're definitely in a consolidation range, and we want to keep an eye on what SPY is going to do. If it continues to move to the downside, we'll also watch that buy-sell ratio. But those are some of the clues. There are obviously going to be some good stocks that are continuing to win and continue to move higher, but the performance is going to be a little muted until the market continues the advance of that overall uptrend. That'll do it for today's update. Everyone have a fantastic day.